Your article starts with the challenge of positioning AI products in an overcrowded market. So it feels like every product today has an AI feature, but not all of them have like clear differentiation. What do you see as the biggest mistake AI companies make when positioning their products?
So whenever we discover something new, we want to understand what it is, what will it do for you, and will it work for you, and can you trust? The world is changing, and I don't think it is like crypto. I don't think that AI is going back anytime soon.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another live session from the PITT by User Pilot. If you are new here, the PITT Product Innovation Think Tank is User Pilot's collaborative magazine where product leaders share their real stories, real insights, and real experiences. So today we are diving into one of the hottest topics in AI and product management, how AI products can nail their positioning. And who better to discuss this with than Maja Voje, of course. Welcome, Maya. Hello, hello.
Hey, Lazine. Hey, I'm so excited to talk about positioning with you today because I was just doing it yesterday with one of the teams and I have like such an amazing insights to share. But tell me real quick, please, are here some people on the stream? Maybe like somebody can say hi in chat so that we are not alone here, huh?
Yeah. We have people joining us today live.
I don't believe it. I need to see it in chat. Okay, now I believe. We have one person. Cool. Two. Okay, cool. Let's hit it off.
Perfect. So before we dive into the questions today, tell us about your recent launches because I know that you had launches and some exciting projects may be coming up. What do you have in your plans?
Okay, so I can share like insights that are totally relevant for the topic today, which is positioning. So first of all, I think that I did this real life Sean Ellis product market fit test. So one of the builds that we did back in January was a chatbot, like a co-pilot that you can ask go-to-market questions with. And little did I know, but we had like a certain amount of credits that I was paying for on a monthly basis. So before, like users could use it normally, and after they ran out, like it just disappeared. It did not work anymore. And there were like 20 people complaining to me, why did I take off the chatbot? And that like never happened. But like in a matter of a couple of days, they just burned all the credits that we paid for, right? So instead of asking the users like, how sad would you be from 0 to 10 if we take this product from you? We actually did it real life without me knowing, which was funny. Then I went ahead and we launched, yeah, was cool. We launched a go-to-market checklist with AI prompts because I literally believe that the way how we are doing go-to-market changed so much. And whenever I have somebody now who just like say that he cannot do interviews, she cannot do interviews because I don't know, they don't know any injection molding people, I'm like, great, prompt your chat GPT in a way that it would behave like your decision maker and have a chat with synthetic persona. If that would work, right? Definitely better than making things up and just like going from there. And last but not least, so recently I have been doing a lot of work with AI products. I mean, right now, 90% of the companies that I work with are AI products. We're just developing a pricing workshop for a bunch of people from one VC. And okay, yesterday I was working positioning with one of the teams. And it is just like this content generation tool. And they shared something which is super, super, super brilliant to me. And I believe it has tremendous implication on positioning. So they said that their user who's like B2B marketer, who is a little bit overwhelmed, not like Luluzen, you have everything under control. I know that. But, you know, for the rest of the folks, that they have two fears when it comes to AI. First, will they sound like a robot? So is it like good enough in order to sound like a real person? And as we know from social media, AI generated content per se is being more and more and more sanctioned. And the second one, and I thought this was really, really, really cool, is will it sound generic? Will it sound like totally not like me? And there are so many awesome ways how we can avoid that. So yeah, let's do positioning for AI products. Sorry, I got too much.
Before we start, I need to ask this. Where do you get all your energy from? Do you have some secret AI powered battery pack? Every
Old
time
school.
I your energy
Coffee.
just higher and higher.
No, seriously. Yeah, exercise, dogs, coffee, having a great husband. There are a couple of unfair advantages, but the rest is natural.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the questions then. Okay, I'm gonna start from your article. Your article starts with the challenge of positioning AI products in an overcrowded market, as you already mentioned. So it feels like every product today has an AI feature, but not all of them have like clear differentiation. And what do you see as the biggest mistake AI companies make when positioning their products?
Cool. I think Kyle Poyar had a wonderful research in one of his research substacks. So there was a marginal chance like of difference if they pitched AI featured versus a normal feature. Like the change because of AI was so marginal that it was almost like neglectable. And just like think about this from the real life perspective, right? What do we care about as users? So whenever we discovered something new, we want to understand what it is, what will it do for you, and will it work for you, and can you trust this, right? And one of my clients said it brilliantly. Every week, I learn about five new competitors, and three of the competitors that I learned about last week. And I do think that it comes to real life implication and just like nailing the language of a target market. Because again, Luzen, you and I are decision makers for marketing tools, for example, right? I'm sure there are a bunch of people on this stream that are making these decisions as well. And what do you want as a decision maker? Would you like to have like 20 AI agents on your payroll? I would not. That would be like really hard for me to consolidate and to integrate, right? So I'm only prioritizing the tools that will bring tangible added value to my business naturally. And what is really cool about AI products, this is where I believe that we have tremendous competitive advantage is because they are valued differently than normal SaaS products. Your CMO or director of marketing, Emilia, said it brilliantly. Whenever we are thinking about like AI agents, we are not comparing them against like normal SaaS solutions. So that's something which is direct competition, but we are comparing them against alternative competition, alternatives options of like outsourcing this, of maybe spending more time on this, like hiring another person or something like that. And for that reason, I do think that AI, if it nails the core use cases and it produces like tangible value added, real results, is a fantastic place to be right now. And there is something else that I need to mention immediately. A, B, C. Always be social selling, meaning that right now there is so much fabricated content out there. Like there is so much synthetic content that we find it increasingly hard to just like find things to believe, like the things that are just like realistic. And the scrappiest we can be in our social proof, the more likely it is going to perform. Just on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, we send out like last day of discount email, right? And we placed two screenshots from my LinkedIn conversations into this email. Believe it or not, I know the numbers, so I was 100% sure that email outperformed the launch email. And a lot of people were just like writing back to me, referring to that social proof, like how awesome was it, right? And I do think that this is brilliant. Cool. Maybe we have some comments in chat.
Yeah, people are saying hi and they are
Hi.
dropping their LinkedIn's so we can connect with.
Go, go, go. LinkedIn's IE products. We need everything. Spend out of this. It's your duty to promote your products. Go, go, go.
Yeah, I love your perspective on on this question of differentiation. Actually, it's not just about having AI, so it's about what problem the AI is actually solving. If companies don't clarify that, they just blend into the noise, right? I guess the
Yeah,
real challenge is just being a not being AI driven, but being value driven.
love it. love this perspective, and it is like so that we don't blame products all the time, and just like the makers, we also need to educate users right now, right? Because in the majority of at least like enterprise AI installations, people have no idea what to do with this type of technology just yet. So we need to show them, we need to give them like white glove onboarding or just like education mechanisms in order to invite them how to use this technology. We are in this together, we are learning together, but the world is changing. And I don't think it is like crypto. I don't think that AI is going back anytime soon. It seems that we lost Zen. No? It's back. Yeah. Zen, are we cool?
Yeah. Did I just disconnect? I
Yes.
didn't understand.
Yes, but
Oh,
nobody noticed apart from me.
then I'm back.
Anyways, we're good. We are live.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Just guys, drop in the chat if you can hear us properly, or do you have any?
Yeah.
Let's. Okay.
So the quality of the stream is 10 times better now. That's great. That's great. Super. Okay, cool. So then if you disappear, the quality of the stream is 10x better. Learning.
I'm gonna just leave. You guys talk.
No, never, never. Let's continue the conversation. It's great.
Okay, yeah, my next question. In your article, you talk about how AI companies often position themselves around features rather than outcomes. Can you share an example of a company that has nailed outcome based positioning, and what can other AI products learn from them?
Mhm. So let's start somewhere else. There is like this trend that people are positioning AI products as humanoids, right? So humanoid meaning like as if they would be people. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this word terribly. And I don't think you have to. So in the beginning, like if it makes sense, if it is like a personal assistant, like agent, that's cool. But just like with one of my teams, so they are developing these technologies how to do AI voice calling, right? And we were testing like different type of agents and just like positioning it based on very narrow use case versus a platform. As we discovered that the audience that this is like completely early adopter innovators. We are more like leaning towards the positioning as a platform now. So DIY, build your own voice agents versus just like going and saying, "Hi, this is Sarah, your new digital receptionist." So I don't think that there is like a single best way how to position this. You always position it for the audience against the competitive alternatives. This now that this is off the table, what I absolutely love about anybody who would like save me time or money is again the proof. So a lot of times, and I was analyzing just like some content writing tools yesterday, one said that they will save half of my time, and I was like, really? Based on what? I mean, half of my time, that sounds great, but for 90 bucks a month, come on, come on, come on, I'm not from yesterday. And the second one was just like get your LinkedIn in order 80% faster or something like that, right? And this sounds like still so generic, even though it is very, very, very closely connected to the benefits. What I'm missing here are two additional layers. So, first one is solid proof that something is true. If you are like in enterprise AI, please case studies. Case studies are through the charts. Clay does a wonderful job explaining how Clay is used by Venta, by OpenAI, and Anthropic. Amazing case studies, definitely read them. And the second way, how I love to think about this is just like as you are producing, like, can I believe you? Yes, I can think. Then the other thing is like really making the user understand how will it impact in their workflows, right? So will it work for me? If then you pitch to me that I will lose 10 kilos before summer without exercising, I would be a trick. That would count like a great promise to me. But then I would just like second guess, will this work for me? Can I relate with this? And I've seen like calculators, like drag and drop calculators that you can like calculate these for your own case studies. Then you can play with relatable case studies. And just like from positioning point, but so per se, I don't necessarily care as much about what we are using for positioning. I care about conversion. So whenever you don't know, you just like test a couple of different versions of this in your ad, in your outreach, and see what happens. I mean, for God knows, my first positioning for the book, for the go-to-market strategies, was from overwhelmed to hyper-focused, because I thought that it brilliantly captures the mindset of my founder who would like to be more focused. Little did I know that that would produce negative ROI when I was advertising and trying to scale my digital funnel. So the only like positioning that works well for me now is literally from strategy to profit, achieve profitable traction in X amount of time. And this promise needs to be backed up with evidence. Hope that that wraps up the answer towards this question, but I'm not like perfectly aligned with any single school of positioning. Like, but the winning positioning is the one that works. How do you know that it is going to work? If you know your ICP inside out and when you run some tests.
Yeah, it's like how people don't buy a drill because they want a drill. They just buy a drill because they need a hole in the wall, for example. So
Fair
AI
enough.
products need to really shift from look at our like cool or trendy model to here is how this changes your day-to-day life, right? So
Love it. Love it. And if you're completely technical, if you're bringing AI cloud infrastructure, something like that, and like staring to engineers, go nuts with your lingo. Because if this is shared by your ICP, this is how they will know that it is for them and they will produce like good results with your product.
yeah, so true. One of my favorite parts of your article is about using customer language instead of technical jargon.
Oh
So,
my God.
why why do you think AI companies struggle with this, and how can they bridge the gap between technical accuracy and customer understanding?
Okay, I have a very like flattering answer and I have a very nasty answer. So the flattering answer would be that the majority of AI makers are just too smart about AI. Like they are just like too much into this and you're speaking like this zero knowledge graph language, just like how proof is being made, which is not shared with the mainstream population. So whenever we are keeping a random, let's say, mainstream user in mind, such as B2B marketer Sarah, for example, so she won't care about like open AI, language agnostic way how to create content, best content based on any model that you select. Sarah cares about, will I sound like a robot? So this is the type of communication that we need to develop with her. On the opposite side, I mean, whenever it comes to user language and use of it in positioning and messaging, I just love to reverse engineer like reviews and transcripts from talking with customers. So I do a lot of like those prompting when I'm just like, look, this was a sales conversation. Can you help me refine my UVPs, unique value proposition, meaning your promise to the target audience and unique selling proposition? So why are you the best choice for that persona in a specific area? So why me? Why not somebody else? And this is how I get brilliant and actionable insights. If I'm not in a position when I could be generating my own customer language, so I can either ask AI to you to act like synthetically as my persona, or I could be like feeding it data from the websites of my competitors and try to develop positioning with like a little bit more down this line, like who are they missing out? So where is my space to compete if they are targeting this and this and that? So can you find me somewhere when I can like possibly win based on this competition arena? And whenever it comes to just like making it sure that we sound like humans, I also love to see it from user perspective, right? So do I like to feel dumb when I'm using products? No. Do I pay for products that I don't understand how to use? No. So that makes it very, very pragmatically aligned with our interests as makers of products.
Yeah, I think product people in AI need to spend more time listening to customer calls, reading user feedback, and really internalizing how customers describe their pain points because the best messaging often comes directly from users, right?
Love
As
it.
you also mentioned in your article. Now I want to talk the role of the trust in AI. So AI products inherently require a high level of trust, right? Right, especially when they're making decisions on behalf of users. So, how should AI companies build and communicate trust in their positioning?
Mhm. Cool. We'll totally tackle this. Let me just like check the hours. So I'm just like thinking if there are some questions in the chat so that we make sure that we also deliver value for the audience. I will totally answer the trust building question, but if you can just like please check. So trust building. Who are you? Why should I care about you? Can I trust you that you are going to do the job? So now we are in the third part of this equation. When it comes to trust building, we already like literally touched upon the fact that we should be sourcing for relatable and just like real scrappy pieces of social media proof. If you get like a text, it can be beneficial. But if you get a text plus picture, it is better. If you got a video of somebody saying how you transform their business, their life, their career, or something like that, this is something that I would run on ads like and put a couple of $1,000s into that. And I believe that I would going to have a very successful campaign. So the more credible we can possibly be with social proof, the better it is. And the importance of this is just growing as more of this fake content is being produced. Then when it comes to just like trust proofing, I do believe in radical transparency a lot. So at least in tech, in this age and space, I think that people are increasingly sensitive that they are not being like short-sighted or scammed or something like that. So please, okay, if you have a public roadmap, that's something. But do not sell features that currently don't exist because your customer right now does not care about the product that could be in 5 years from now. They care about like what the product can do this for them now. And whereas it is totally cool to have like, okay, we have AI agents for, let's say, SDR now, and then more support agents and marketing agents and yada yada are coming. But the use case that you have now should be beneficial enough, perfect enough in order to produce like valuable experience for the audience because audience is getting more demand. I mean, we are cluttered with these type of technologies, and sometimes they are fun. And I love to roast like other people's LinkedIn descriptions with special AIs. But do I pay for this? Am I building sustainable business out of this? Not so much. So for the rest of us who are not into edutainment business, I just love to prove that whenever we are launching the products, that they are not good enough, but perfect enough because the user standards, the user taste is getting higher and higher and higher, and competition is getting off the
Mm,
charts.
so true. Um, I was just checking the chat. We got a question
Thank you
from
so much.
he's asking, what is the best timeline to test which copy works the best? 1 to 3 months, okay?
Seriously, I would be comfortable of doing this in a week. So whenever I don't know what to put on my headlines, for example, on websites, I just like spend $500, like up to 2,000 bucks on advertising, like on speed testing, on either Meta, like Reddit ads are even cheaper. If you can like test this on Reddit, that's dirt cheap. One of my teams, just like this weekend, they got #1 on Hacker News, which was totally cool, but they had to post 26 times the same message in order to cut through the noise. And you should launch on Sunday. So I think that it can happen really, really, really fast as soon as you see like a tangible difference. And there are a bunch of calculators when you can calculate what is the statistical significance that you should be aiming for. But to give you a very like truth-loving, pragmatic answer, if I saw that one of the taglines on the web pages would convert at like 5% and the other one would be like 2x, I wouldn't hesitate much to put like the winner on the landing page after I know that I have gained a critical mass of the audience on my website. So it can be tested much quicker, apart in the scenario that you are doing this on sales calls. So sales calls is definitely like a little bit of a low volume issues. So if I had to just like meet people 5 of them a day or something like that, I would, let's say, do it for 2 or 3 weeks in order to get like a clear perspective.
Thanks, Maya. Hope that answers the question, Jasper. Another question from Petrov Dragan. Maya, if you would get a chance to build an AI content writer that does not sound like a robot, how would you?
I am under so many NDAs that I cannot answer this question, period. Sorry, but seriously, I'm working with like 5 companies in that space.
Okay. Then another question from me that is related also to Jasper's question. With AI evolving so rapidly, today's positioning might be outdated in 6 months, right?
That makes it fun.
Yeah. How can AI companies build a positioning strategy that remains relevant as the AI space advances? Is it even possible?
I feel irrelevant every single afternoon after I open my LinkedIn. To be like quite honest with you, like ever I'm seeing like all the cool folks like from all around the world doing cool things, I get like very like weird FOMO feeling like, oh, should I even sleep? So many things are going on, like this is getting out of the sight. And how I'm personally tackling this is literally like I'm building this positioning for maybe a quarter or two ahead. Of course, it had to be aligned with my vision. I make all my products in a way that if they are going to be broken, that I can still do a couple of pivots, right? Whenever I'm investing like in serious technology work. So the first use case that I'm positioning this type of tech is for this. If I had to change this, then this is the second scenario and this is the third scenario. So I can even be cautious about this when I'm doing my aka product management work, which I don't know what to do, but luckily I work with very smart people. And the second thing is that as your product is getting better, as you are opening new ICPs, new geographical markets, sometimes your positioning will inevitably change, right? As a product. But what is important and what I love to come back again and again and again is my product vision. So, what is the mission of the go to market strategies? Is to help 10,000 companies to cross the chasm. Right now, we are working 90% of the time with the AI companies. Should I go and just like rewrite another book? No. The core technology like takes at the core text takes, but the way how I'm positioning this like for different use cases and for different ICPs is flexible. And whenever you see that your conversion rates are dropping, that you are no longer relevant, that nobody cares what you're talking about, it's time to reflect and change whatever you are doing, because definition of insanity, doing the same time again and again and again and again without and expecting different results. So it's natural that it is evolving. That's my point.
Yeah, that's such a smart way to look at it. I think we're running out of time
Super.
already.
And now in 3 minutes, I have to be in London. I'm training like a group of awesome entrepreneurs from EduTech.
Oh, okay. It starts in 3 minutes. So,
It's in 3 minutes yet, but I'm wearing makeup. All good. We can go for another minute.
okay. One question from Nina. Can you share some good practices, cases of positioning and GTM of AI features for broad public?
Unfortunately, not yet. We are making a couple of pilots at the moment, but I don't have any tangible data to just like discuss this on a feature-based basics. I don't know if Lizanne can, Lizanne, if you can recommend some of the best practices from user pilot. You have like a very healthy user base, but right now from my portfolio, I haven't been doing this work, so I cannot speak hands-on about that.
Perfect. Thanks, Maya. This has been incredible. I don't want to take any of your time now. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. And
Thank you. It was such an awesome conversation, and people actually joined. Here was more people than on my birthday party. I love whenever that happens.
okay, thank you. I'm gonna let you go to your next meeting
To
now.
London. Yeah, now we fly. Cool. Take care and good luck with everything, people. Don't give up. Even if your first positioning does not nail it, you can change it a couple of times. All the fun products do that. Take care. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Okay, and for all of you tuning in, this was our last interview for this month. If you missed our previous sessions with Akash Gupta, Shivi Shi, and other amazing product leaders, you can still check them out on our events page and watch them on demand. I'm gonna just turn on this CTA one more time so you can check out our events. Okay. And plus, next week we'll be dropping the agenda for the next month's interview. So stay tuned and keep an eye on the PITT. So yeah, that was it for today. See you all next time. Thanks, everyone.